This video is about compound sentences. This video should follow the review that you have done for conjunctions. You'll need to make sure that you understand conjunctions completely before beginning this video. So compound sentences. A compound sentence is made up of two complete sentences joined together with a comma and a conjunction. Remember that a conjunction would be one of the fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Those are the conjunctions, and you would use a conjunction in this case to combine two complete sentences. You're joining them together, and when you do that, you'll need to use a comma. The comma would need to go before the conjunction, and you would only use a comma if you have two complete sentences. So please remember that a complete sentence has to have a noun and a verb. It has to have the subject and then what the subject is or what it is doing. So to check and make sure that you have a compound sentence where you have two complete sentences there together, that would be the first thing that you do. You need to make sure you have two complete sentences. So down here I have two sentences. I want to check that I can combine them together into a compound sentence, but I need to make sure then that they're both complete sentences. So the first sentence here is the dog ran across the street. The subject in the sentence is dog. What did the dog do? The dog ran. So this would be a complete sentence by itself. Let's check the second one. His owner chased after him. This subject here is owner, and what did the owner do? The owner chased. So both of these are complete sentences. So then what I can do is that I can combine them with a comma and a conjunction. So that would be step 2, combining them with a comma and a conjunction. Remember that the comma goes before the conjunction. So here we go in our example. The dog ran across the street, comma, and his owner chased after him. So in combining these two complete sentences, notice here the comma goes before the conjunction and. I chose the conjunction and because these two sentences go together, and remember that the conjunction and combines things that are alike. And then also notice here sorry about the bell here. Okay, notice here that I have a lowercase h. Before, when I had two complete sentences that were separate, I had to capitalize this because it was the first letter of the sentence. But now in this case, it needs to be lowercase letter, not an uppercase letter, so that it is in the middle of a sentence now, since we've combined them. So make sure you do that as well, and then here is the period at the end. So there are really only two steps to make sure you can use a comma and a conjunction for a compound sentence. First, like we said, was to make sure that you have two complete sentences. When you are sure you have two complete sentences, then you would use a comma and a conjunction. Let's look at another example here. I like pizza. You need to make sure that that's a complete sentence. Who are we talking about? I, and what did I do? I like. So that would be a complete sentence. The next sentence here, I don't like pepperoni pizza. The subject would be I, and what did I do? I didn't like, so that would be the verb there, and this would be a complete sentence. So I have two complete sentences. Since I have two complete sentences, I can join them together with a comma and a conjunction. In this case, I like pizza, I don't like pepperoni. These things do not go together, so I chose the conjunction but. I like pizza, comma, but I don't like pepperoni pizza. In this case, remember I told you that you need to make the letter lowercase, but in this situation, this is I by itself. And I by itself is always capitalized no matter what, no matter where it is located. So I kept the capital I there since it's the pronoun I by itself. Okay? Notice that I put a period at the end. Here's another example. Casey could join the soccer team. That is a sentence here. It's talking about Casey and what she could join. That would be the verb. And then the next sentence, she could try out for the dance team. The subject is she. What did she do? She could try out for the dance team. So we do, in this case, have two complete sentences. So that means we can join them together with a comma and a conjunction. So down here, Casey could join the soccer team, comma, or she could try out for the dance team. In this case, I chose or as my conjunction because we have choices here. She could do this or she could do that. And so that's the conjunction that works best. And if you notice here, I did make the lowercase she since it's now in the middle of the sentence and a period at the end. All of these examples show two complete sentences being joined together. Let's look at a non-example. So not always do you need a comma. Okay, so let's look at this one. Does this sentence need a comma before the conjunction? You would only need a comma if it's a compound sentence with two complete sentences. You can still use the conjunction, you would just not need a comma if there are not two complete sentences. So look here at this example. I like pizza, but not pepperoni pizza. Okay, so our first sentence is here before the conjunction, I like pizza. This could be a complete sentence by itself because it has I, what did I do? I like. Okay, so I like pizza could be a complete sentence all by itself. Let's go to the back here. Not pepperoni pizza. Not pepperoni pizza cannot be a sentence all by itself because it doesn't really have a subject or a verb there together. It's just not pepperoni pizza. That doesn't make sense by itself. It is not a complete sentence. So since it is not a complete sentence, I do not have a comma here. I can still join this sentence with this, but this is now called a phrase, not a complete sentence. So when I'm joining a sentence with a phrase, I can use a conjunction, but I just do not use a comma. You would only use a comma before the conjunction when you're joining two complete sentences, not just one sentence and then a phrase. Okay, so make sure that you are checking before you add a comma. A lot of students just want to go and put a comma every single time that they see a conjunction, a word like this, but that is not correct. You'll have to check to make sure that both sides in front of the conjunction is a complete sentence and then behind the conjunction is a complete sentence, okay? So that would be the correct way to check and make sure that you are writing compound sentences correctly.